We are live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is everybody doing? It is your boy Dr. Turner here with the Sith Knights today, as we have some awesome special guests, which we will get into. We have two returning guests, which is awesome. So thank you guys for coming back. Hope everybody is having a great day so far. This is an awesome panel. So before we do start, we are gonna go around the room and introduce ourselves. As you guys know me, I am Rob, aka Darth Eternal, and I'll pass it to my boy. Go next.
Hey guys, it's Dupree, aka Darth Vader here.
The guy with all the Funkos.
I'm sorry. I'm Kevin, and I collect the Star Wars Funkos.
I didn't know that. We'll go with the one with Mr. Snuggles or Mrs. Snuggles.
Her name is
Mrs.
actually,
Bigglesworth.
her name is Kessel. She's kind of crazy. My name's Rebecca. Kessel will be making many appearances, probably because she's running around or fighting, whatever.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well,
That's
thank you.
Mariah. I mean,
Just, other way.
Well, my name is Mariah. Mariah Carly, not Mariah Carey. Just, I don't have that same vocal range as her, unfortunately.
And I will always love you.
I think that's Whitney Houston.
Oh shoot, you're right. Oh my god.
No, that's Dolly Parton. You can still do that.
Oh, it
Oh,
is. Yeah, that's right.
That is true. That is true. That is awesome. What's going on, guys, in the chat? Comment if you are here. We definitely would love to say hello to you guys. Thank you. And last but not least, my man. Thank you so much for hopping on. Yeah, you could introduce. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no problem. So my name is Gabe. I'm on social media as Star Wars Replicas.
Yes, the man with. We'll get into that later. The man with the most stuff. We'll get into that later. But how are you guys? How are you doing on this pre-Bad Batch? I would have to say, right? Because we have Bad Batch coming out in literally like a few hours. A few hours. So how are we? We'll talk about Bad Batch and talk about some other things. How are you guys enjoying the Bad Batch so far? What are you guys loving about it? And I'm gonna put my man on the spot since he is here and new. Gabe, how are you loving it? What are your likes, dislikes, if you do have any? And if not, it's all good. Absolutely. So yeah, I've been watching it since day one. I actually really enjoy it, and I think one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much is because I'm actually a relatively new fan of the Clone Wars and Rebels. I actually didn't watch the cartoons until this last summer, like during like the COVID shutdown kind of thing. I was like, you know what? I got some time now. Let's just watch the whole thing. And I immediately became a fan, especially of Ahsoka. And that Ahsoka became like one of my favorite characters after that. But I really like the fact that Bad Batch is kind of connecting a lot of the dots between Rebels and Clone Wars for me. Like I said, since I am a new fan, it is kind of getting all the characters, especially from Rebels, right? I'm like, there they are. That makes sense, Right. So that's why I've been digging it. But I also like the fact that Omega is Boba Fett's sister. That to me is like amazing. Cool. Oh, hold on. Let me blow him up. He's the man.
No, you don't gotta do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
Omega.
That is so awesome. That is sick, dude. Yeah. No, Omega's a great character. I mean, I think I would have to say out of all of them, yeah, I do love Omega, and then Wrecker's like my guy. I think we could all agree. We all relate to Wrecker or love Wrecker somehow. He's just like a kid. You could relate to that. I will have to ask my next person. I want to ask you, Rebecca. What did you enjoy did you see the last episode?
yes, and actually, I just rewatched it.
Oh, you beat me to it because I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it?
I did, but I forgot to rewatch it. So you guys are gonna have to refresh my memory.
Yeah, I just rewatched it before I came on here.
That's what you gotta do. What I loved about this last one is I feel like it was like more like emotion driven than like action driven. Like when Hunter fell off or whatever, didn't make it on the ship, it was like I was a little bit wrecked.
Yeah.
Like Wrecker.
Yeah. I get it.
All right. Tough crowd. It's fine. No problem. You can put the clapping emoji in
Rebecca, you got
comments if you liked that joke.
Hey, you got a fan right there. She called you out. Rebecca.
Thank you.
Oh, Rekka.
So anyway, Move on to the next person. I'm embarrassed now.
No, don't be embarrassed. No, you were killing it, girl. Keep on. I love it.
I just really liked that, and I just love Hunter. Like, he's like, last week I talked a lot about clones or like animated characters that I love and that I think are hot. We didn't talk about Hunter last week, but like, he's on my list.
Okay, I gotta ask you, Rebecca. Do you compare him to a Charlie Sheen though? You know how they compared him? I don't know if you've seen
gosh.
I don't know that comparison, and I feel like I should just stay away from it.
Okay. Touche. I gotta ask, how do you feel about Wrecker being in jail now? Because they did capture him. How do you feel about that?
He's gonna be fine.
You mean Hunter?
I mean Hunter.
He meant Hunter.
Wrecker.
And
Yeah.
Hunter's gonna be fine because he's Hunter.
Okay.
Hunter.
It's Hunter.
What could go wrong? He's too hot and strong.
Oh, a lot could go wrong. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because like Crosshair was literally like, I was expecting, the rest of you, but I do you guys think that the rest of them will get caught, or you think it'll just be Hunter that'll stay caught? Do you think that with these next 2 episodes we'll see maybe? I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but like, do we think one of them will get like killed basically? Like we'll lose one of them.
It's got to be a chance of it.
I don't know.
I'll throw it to you, Mariah, because I know you want to.
I want to see something. I'm sorry. I may call me heartless, but someone's got to die.
That's so heartless. Oh my god.
I mean, I just have to say. I mean, I know we're getting a second season, but I think it could carry on with like. Someone has to make that sacrifice so they all can get away or something.
Yeah.
I mean, Tech and Echo are kind of like the weakest links, I feel like. So.
Well, but then you also got to remember, Wrecker kind of went haywire a little bit, right? Like he.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, I gotta. Okay, so I'll ask you guys. I'll ask you, Gabe and Rebecca. I want to know because I know you guys are new on the stream. What did you guys think when you saw Wrecker literally just throw Tech like literally once that Order 66 kicks in? Like, what did you guys think of that? I'll go with Rebecca first. What did you think when you saw that? Like,
obviously it was upsetting, but I also just believed in them. I don't know, I just thought he was gonna be fine, and I was right.
Okay, I dig it.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a optimist, or maybe it's another thing I should be embarrassed about. My naive optimism, but oh well, it works out.
Listen, there's no wrong answer, girl. There's no wrong answer, so you're totally fine. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then me on the hand was like, I wanted to see that in a whole episode. I wanted it to last longer.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree with you, Mariah. I think it was one of those, we've talked about it where it's just we're just damn, could this have lasted? Why did they have to stun him? Couldn't it just go a little bit longer? But
just because it's how strong he is, just how you really got to see his strength in that episode, and I really hope we see that again, kind of go on the defense for Hunter in this episode. Well, the next 2 episodes. We have 2 episodes left, correct?
Yeah. That's one after tomorrow. That's the crazy part. Literally, we have 1 left. So, Gabe, what did you think? What was your reaction when Wrecker went off the rails?
Yeah, no, I immediately was like, man, he's probably would be the scariest one out of all of them, right? To flip out. I figured that he was gonna come back. I figured Omega was gonna be the one to kind of reel him back in. It was kind of predictable at that point. But what I'm saying is that for the last episodes, that's where I think maybe that's my prediction is where the twist might happen, where maybe that chip kind of starts bugging either him or one of the other ones again, but who knows?
We have 2 episodes in one tomorrow? Really?
Well, I don't know if they're splitting it into 2 weeks, but there's definitely, it's the finale, 2 episodes.
It's a 2-part finale for sure.
I see what they're saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So technically tomorrow is the last day then.
Well, no. It's
like
a
2-part.
He's a 2-parter. Exactly.
They're going to make us wait a week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
They gotta milk it.
I know, right? And it's crazy because they have the next thing they have going on is the What If, which I actually want to talk about too. That's another thing I want to get into in a little bit. But I know. Did you guys, anybody see the video I put out on that? I don't know if you did, but we'll talk about it. If not, maybe you guys read about it. But I thought last week's episode was pretty good. I have to say, for me, just like it was really nice to see one of them get captured for the first time, like, and it lasted. I thought that was really cool. For me, again, total opinion, like, you know, it's just been so predictable. What are your thoughts, like, Gabe? What are your thoughts in a sense of like the whole thing of them always going back to Sid? Because I just like they're always going back to Sid. It's either to save, to ask, like, what, like, do you enjoy that part when they keep going back to her?
Yeah, you know what? The part as a prop replica collector, I actually like it because every time I watch one of those scenes, I catch something new in the background in her little like office, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like
catch this time
the tauntaun horn, I could tell, you know what I mean? Like the clone trooper helmet, just like little things here and there.
That's
so I
cool.
actually enjoy it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like little Easter eggs here and there.
Yeah. They did a good job in that one episode. I forgot which one it was where we first saw like Boba's like prototype helmet. We saw like the, what is it, Jango Fett's, what was it?
Yeah.
Was it
The blast.
blasters?
Web stars.
Yeah. So it's like, it's so cool. You see those things, and you know, I definitely enjoy that part about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder, going forward, what are we expecting? Like, what do we want for these like final 2 episodes and finale? What are we expecting, guys? The floor is open for you guys. What are you guys expecting? What do you want? You know what? I'll throw it to you, Dupree. What are you expecting, bro?
Well, they kind of just gave us a good nugget with the commandos, like Scorch and everybody, in this last episode from the Commando game. So I think it could go 2 ways. I'm banking they give us a really big character, obviously, like somebody we know from a different show or even the movie. You already know who I'm hoping for at the end. Or they're either gonna just like tease us with like, you know, the fact that they're gonna drop somebody and it just be like them versus, you know, Crosshair and the Commandos, and then that's it. It might just be like this is like the starter season, and then season 2 is when they really get into it and they drop the bigger characters.
That's what I think. Go ahead, Kevin. Oh, Gabe.
I mean, I think the only thing is like what we've noticed in all the Disney Plus series is that the finales kind of have been pretty big, right? Like they put out some crazy stuff, right? Mando season 1, boom. Mando season 2, we got a crazy reveal. Loki, right? We got a big reveal there. I mean, I have a feeling, and I think I agree with Dupree that I have it, and I don't know if you're talking about. Are you talking about Ezra or no?
No.
Ezra's
Vader.
No.
Of course.
No. Well, Vader's a given for me, but I was gonna say like I was alluding to maybe Boba,
bro,
because we already have his sister.
Yeah, that is true.
I think we're going to get Boba in season 2, but I'll be honest, this is who we're going to see in the next episodes. We're going to see Rex helping them go get Hunter. Well, I'm trying not to overthink it because that's what I did this whole entire season. But I overthought this whole entire season.
Don't make me go there, Mariah.
Yeah, I know. I did. Okay. But I really do think we're going to see Rex and join them, and obviously we're going to see McGregor and Wolf. We're going to see them with them and help go rescue Hunter. And
Mariah, I actually want to ask you something, because I know I do appreciate your thoughts and your theories. Yeah. What do you think? And this goes for anybody after. What happened to Hauser? Like, we had him, and then it's like he just vanished. Like, we know they took him, but like,
he's dead.
You think he's dead?
He's probably dead.
She's like, Rebecca's like, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, we're not gonna see him again.
What are you talking about? They got to break him out of jail. They always break everybody out of jail.
I'm gonna go with Rebecca.
They have 2 guys to break out of jail now. They have Hunter and Hauser.
I don't think because he's on a different planet than what we're not going to see that again. So we're going to just have to presume that he's dead. And then maybe we'll see him again in season 2, and they'll break him out when they go back to Ryloth in season 2.
Do you think at any point we could see, like, I don't know how many seasons this will go, or if there'll be a time jump between like seasons 1 and 2, but maybe like we see some more like stirring of the rebellion and we get Cassian.
Ooh,
that'd be kind of cool. I mean,
but it would be
Cassian. Rogue One is like my 4th favorite Star Wars film.
So. Is he born at this point, Cassian?
I mean, he's probably
born. It's just a little too early because he has the line, "I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old."
Well,
so he'd be like a kid.
in Rogue One, what he's probably like 33.
Yeah, he's like 32 or 33 in Rogue One, so he'd be like, you know, a lot younger. Like he'd be like a Han Solo, you know, age. I think
Yeah, but I
everybody
mean,
would be the same age.
We saw Kanan.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and I
Sure.
think Kanan's definitely older than Cassian. So I mean, in
Yeah.
my brain, he is. So because we know he's been in the fight since he was 6, like we could see like a little kid Cassian.
Yeah, little Cassian. Yeah, little Cassian running around. You know what's so funny? And touching on that, Rebecca. You know, I'm gonna go back to what Tatiana said here. I honestly thought maybe when you guys saw this episode when they were, I forgot the planet. I know one of you guys will remember when I thought we were gonna get at least see Cal Kestis. What planet was that again? When we saw Rex. Remember that episode? Oh, and it was like they had his outfit, like what he wears. I forgot the name of the planet.
Yeah, the Scrapper planet.
Yes, the guild. Yeah, the Scrappers Guild or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was just like, why? You guys could have literally had you could have at least showed a young version of Cal Kestis, you know, and that would have been really, really cool. I expect the Dano channel, there he is. He should be here pretty soon. That's our other guy.
Even if they did it like very quickly and very subtly, like it would have just made sense.
Yeah, I thought, you know, and we'll get on the Hera one. Oh, Braca. There you go. Tatiana just said it. Braca. Yes, it was Braca. I just thought it would have been nice to see it, like maybe when they're I've said this, I'm like on repeat, but it would have been nice to see like when the Bad Batch, when they're leaving, like you see like a young Cal like looking up like at them, like kind of like, you know, the set like literally like leaving the planet. That would have been cool, you know, because it's like we know he's there. I mean, we have the game, right? So I don't know, but
I mean, maybe season 2 because they keep going back to the same planet. So,
Mariah, you do have a point there. You definitely have a point there. So I agree with you with that.
Because if you think about it, because like Cal didn't get there until like right after Order 66, so who knows like how long? We don't know how long it took him to get to that planet because you remember he escaped his ship by himself, so it probably took him a few weeks or maybe months to get there. So when they go back, maybe he will be there then.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. If I'm not mistaken, where he was stationed right above Braca. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was in the video game. Was right above, and like literally, it just went right. He literally just went down, and I guess that's where he hid for all those years. I could be wrong, but that's from what I remember. If anybody wants to correct me, go for it in the chats anywhere. One thing I wanted to ask you that Tatiana, did anyone else enjoy seeing Hera's backstory? I know I did. You guys,
sure.
Go ahead,
She
Rebecca.
was cute.
Rebels is my favorite. You know that's my squad. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll ask you, Gabe. What'd you think? Because I know you're into it now, right? You're in what season you in now for it?
For Rebels?
Yeah,
I just finished season 2, so
Okay.
I still.
Oh
yeah,
man,
I'm right at the like. I just finished the best.
You're at the peak.
episode. Like I was just like, what the heck?
There are episodes of that show that I watched in the gym, and I'm like weeping in the gym.
In the gym? Oh my god!
What am I supposed to do? You know what happens in that series? Like
I know.
The sweat hides the tears.
It's like people are like, "Why are you crying while you're running?" You don't understand.
The pain. It was the pain.
Yeah.
It's just I've been on here for about an hour and 20 and it's just killing my back.
Yeah, no, that season finale of season 2 for me, I was just like, what the heck? This is perfect. I loved it, man. So yeah, no, and I definitely want to get, and again, if we can, no spoilers, because even though I'm like way late in the game, I'm still like, I'm hoping to still get really surprised by all this.
Yeah, we won't spoil Rebels.
It is so worth us not spoiling it.
Okay.
Your wish is honored because
Okay.
Don't worry, we won't spoil it here.
My thing is, Tatiana pointed out is in the comments below about her native language and Hera. I've been seeing a lot on the internet, people commenting saying like, oh, they didn't need to put her native, like what happened to her native language, like when she got older. When you get older, your accents change. Yeah. Like, especially when you move different places. For instance, I did not grow up with this accent. It's because I lived in this area for as long as I have. I grew up with a Boston, New York accent, believe it or not. I moved here to Kentucky because they thought I had a speech impediment, and now I talk like this. So that's
interesting.
Yeah, that's just what happens whenever you get we don't adapt because we're humans. We assimilate to our environment. So when you like, if I would live 10 years in England, I would be talking like this. Like you just change your accent. You assimilate, hide it, so that way you don't stick out. Especially if she's a spy, so she's going to assimilate to her. And also in the past episodes, when she went to Ryloth to see her family, her accent did come out in those episodes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say in Rebels,
don't spoil it, Dupree. Don't spoil it.
Sorry.
It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. But like,
he's like, this was the last episode in season 2.
When she sees her like family, like the accent goes back on because I believe like in the higher society of like the Twi'leks, the kind of French kind of accent is like their, it's the top of the top, and then everybody else sounds like kind of normal-ish.
Right.
Because like on Frita and like everybody else had that accent, and she only does that when she's around them, but when she's around everybody else, it's just back to normal.
Yeah,
that's how it is when I talk with my family too. So
wait, so Mariah, you could turn it off, really?
Yeah, I can talk. Yeah,
I gotta hear it now.
Turn it off.
You gotta do it off. I mean, you gotta.
Oh no, actually, this is actually subtle compared to what I can go thicker. I can go like, oh, darling, like all Southern Georgia accent, like, oh, sweet baby, it's okay. We all talk like this. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, see the difference? There's difference between the Southern accents. I can go like full on deep South, or I can,
Yeah.
It's all different.
Yeah.
That's actually, I totally know it. I know exactly what you mean because I kind of have a similar story, right? I'm actually born and raised in Mexico, and I had to. When I came to the United States, I didn't speak English, and I had to kind of assimilate. And my way to assimilate was through Star Wars, though. That was really the only English I spoke, was the lines that I memorized. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Wow.
Yes. Well, I have to say, Gabe, you set it up yourself. So so before we were talking, I did say, for whoever's watching here, I want to say this. Gabe actually has a really beautiful story, which I've quoted to many other people as I told them off the stream. And it's a blessing to have you on, dude. And I want you to give just a little bit back to the community and tell them a little bit about your story for those who are, either going through something or some hardships, and how you made it and what you do now. I mean, not saying, practically what you do, but, in general, what it took for you to get there, coming from, very little to now what you have. And the floor is yours.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
myself.
Absolutely. Yeah, no problem. So like I mentioned, I was born and raised in Mexico, and kind of typical kind of immigrant story, right? We came to the United States. At that time, it was just my parents and I was probably about 8 years old. So like I mentioned, I didn't speak English at all, like zero. And they just threw me into an English speaking school, just like boom. So the only way that I can make friends and kind of talk to other people was through Star Wars, right? I memorized a lot of little Star Wars lines because I was a big fan ever since I was little. So that's kind of the only English that I spoke, but that was a way for me to at least start making friends in elementary school, right? We would talk Star Wars, or at least try to play Star Wars, play with our toys and stuff like that. Obviously, kind of typical immigrant story, right? We came to the United States. We didn't have a lot of money, and especially as our family started to grow, we lived on a single income. It was just my dad working, and my mom just kind of taking care of me and my siblings. And we actually grew up in a 1-bedroom apartment where at one point there was 7 of us living there. So my bedroom was always the living room because I was the oldest, and that was just kind of my space. My parents were cool enough; they would let me put up like my Star Wars toys, my Star Wars posters. But yeah, so I didn't grow up with a lot of money. It was a kind of, again, it is a typical immigrant story. And sure enough, I kind of started following that trend. Through high school, I didn't do very well. I was just more into, girls and partying and, whatever. And I actually, right out of high school, I ended up having my first daughter. Like early,
Wow.
I think I was 19, 20 years old when I had my first daughter, and I was really young, so I had to work full time to take care of her, and so again, I think I was kind of falling back into that cycle, right? I was falling back into the, I guess the statistic. I was becoming that statistic. But at one point, I think I think I was 20, 26, around 27. I was just like, you know what? Like I gotta change this around. And I decided to go to school, and I would go to school on my 2 days off from work. So there literally was a time for about almost 6 years where I didn't have a day off. I would literally go to school, even summer. I would go to school to try to get my bachelor's degree. And then I transferred to a 4-year university, and eventually I got my bachelor's degree. By that time, I was already, I guess I must have been already like 30 something. I'd have to kind of go back and do the math. And then from there, I decided, you know what? This isn't enough. I need to go further. So then I decided to go to law school, and I went to law school, and I'm in California. 3 years there, and then I took the California bar, which the California bar is infamously known to be like one of the top 5 hardest tests in the world. It's like a 3-day test. It's crazy. I passed it on my first try, which again, going back to this little immigrant boy with no money, didn't speak English, kind of gone through all that, and now I'm an attorney. I also own a little small business, and now I get to kind of live my childhood fantasy, right? Where now my little collection room is probably about half of the size of the apartment that I grew up on. So to me, I'm very proud of what I've accomplished and what Star Wars actually, brought me, right? Because I think Star Wars is what's connected for me. It's what started kind of my American dream. You know what I mean? Like my American journey. And to me, even though, like I own my home and, we're doing well financially, this right here, these things right here represent to me the American dream. Because again, I sat there in that 1-bedroom apartment dreaming of like having just the Star Wars toys. Like my parents couldn't even buy me the Star Wars toys. And I have, life-size replicas and lightsabers and blasters and all that. And again, to me, this right here to me is the American dream. Not my job, not my home, like these. So it's kind of cool. Star Wars definitely is something special to me.
And dude, and I have to say, can we clap it up, guys? Because that is like so beautiful. Like honestly,
that's a great story, man.
Dude, that is so beautiful. And I whoever's watching this, for me, it's super inspirational every time. And that's what, my message is always to shoot out inspiration, because that's what it's about. Like at the end of the day, like Star Wars speaks to everybody, and that's the beauty of it. It brings us together at the end of the day. So, dude, how it got you and what it has done for you in your life, I commend you, and many blessings your way, dude. And like I said, I am so grateful that you're here. So God bless you, brother. Thank you again. And I'm going to clap it up just one more time for you, dude. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
But yeah, man, dude, what an awesome story at the end of the day. I guess we could get into that question now. What is your favorite piece? Like for anybody here, what is your favorite piece of Star Wars that you do have? So I'll start with Kevin, because he's smiling. I just see the grin on his face.
He was ready.
I know he was ready. He's like, oh, I got that Captain Rice right there. I got that Captain Rice right there. That is awesome, dude. He's like, I'm never taking this one out the box too.
No, not that one. Maybe if I get another one, I'll take it out.
Okay, I see you. Rebecca, do you have anything Star Wars? It's okay, girl, because I don't have anything other than my.
Do I have anything Star Wars?
on you right now. I don't. So.
Well, I have this.
Hold on, let me put you big.
Reverse mirror. I mean, this is a sketch of Bib Fortuna that my friend made for me.
Oh, cool.
Because I love Bib Fortuna.
Okay.
This is my whole girl. Oh my god. This is my whole girl shelf, so it's all my favorite girls, and then this is beautiful girl artwork right here.
Oh my gosh, you have Aragon?
Yes.
Arathorn?
He's right up there.
Oh my gosh.
God, oh my gosh. Mariah's like, oh my gosh.
I have I have some cool things. I have a lot of things. Ewoks are my favorite. So actually, I have like.
I see the Ewok. I like that.
I see like 8 Ewoks from where I'm sitting right now. So.
So you might get mad at me, Rebecca. So right here, yes, I Dupree knows I called him Bippity Boop Bop.
Bippity Boop Bop.
What happened? What just happened?
She's like, what was that? What did you just say? Did you just call him what I think you just called? Yeah, no, I was a point we were just because I'm very like I don't call Crosshair, I call him Crossface. So I just that's what I do. I just make names as I go. So don't mind me. But
wait,
yeah,
who's my fellow?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god. I hid that Ewok once. He was the one that was available at Target, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I hid him one day on the shelf, and I was like gonna come back for him, and he was gone when I got there. So
I love the giant ones, dude.
Still.
Yeah.
I got
Take up too much space.
Yeah.
here's an Ewok piece for you. There you go. Look at.
Oh, let me just put it up.
Oh, piece of the fur.
Oh, that's a piece of the fur. What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A screen used piece of the fur.
That is so
That's silly.
magical.
That's like cool and creepy at the same time.
The fact
Right?
that
Yeah, little skin.
They skinned it.
He's like at night. I
You
just
know
kind of
that
caress it.
plush set that they did, the plush set of all of the Ewoks. Oh,
I have it from the Disney store.
Okay, Mariah. Okay, great.
She's like, you just had to have it. You just had to have it.
I worked at the.
When we meet up, Mariah, we're just gonna do a little swapsies. You can have Kessel, and I'll take the Ewok.
I bought that because I worked at the Disney store, and it was ridiculous. I had to hide it from my family for about 3 months because I could not tell them that I bought a whole set of Ewoks for my unborn children that I'm nowhere close to having yet.
Well, we know your
you
story,
want me to
Mariah.
babysit them? I can babysit the Ewoks, not your future kids. The
Right.
Ewoks.
So Rebecca, I gotta ask, do you know Mariah's story? Have you seen the video that was trending on her of what she rather preferred rather than an engagement ring? I have to go there.
Yes, we talked about this.
Yes.
So Gabe, long story short, Mariah chose lightsabers over an engagement ring. Yes.
That's an excellent choice.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Priorities.
It's shiny.
Yeah, Gabe's
My
like,
boyfriend
look at
gave me his lightsaber for Christmas, and it was like he lives in Oklahoma, and I picked him up at the airport, and he had this like giant wrapped box with him, and I was like, oh, pretended I didn't know what it was, but he gifted me his lightsaber, which was really special. So,
Question: what lightsaber is it? If you don't mind me asking.
well, okay, so I don't know the answers. You guys know all of this.
She's like, I don't get it.
Let us
You know all of
see.
the specs way more than I do. No, I mean I know that it's like the Skywalker saber, but it's like this one.
Oh, that's
What? Hold it up. Oh, that's
Luke.
either Rey or Luke ESB.
No, yeah, that's Luke's ESB.
Yeah.
And then one day I was scrolling on Facebook Marketplace. And I found this one.
That is
Vader,
A
A
New
New
Hope Vader.
A New Hope or no? No, that's is it A New Hope?
That's A New Hope.
Yeah,
It
right.
is.
I
Yeah.
got this for $20
What?
on
And
Facebook Marketplace.
I mean, it looks in great condition.
It's like a little sticky, but
Hey,
Yeah, that's
It's-
typical. The master replicas do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
for
Like
$20, you cannot
I
get
know.
mad about that. I mean,
now I got
hold on, let me put it. There we go. You have the son and the father.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is
That is cool.
beautiful. That is so awesome. So I gotta ask Dupree. You know, I was gonna go to you.
No,
What's
God,
your
here we go.
What's your thing, dude? What's your favorite like go-to thing that you love? Your number one. I know
Oh,
it's.
man,
I know you
that's
can't say. I know you can't say me on live, but it's okay. I got it. It's okay. I love you too, bro.
About like breaking my cases.
Dupree, get
Hold
your
on a
cat.
second.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, we're about
They're
to have
sleeping
a
now.
cat.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
We're about to have a
Hold
cat.
on.
This thing is a terror, and I just woke her up for
Oh no.
for a
I
cat.
thought he was keeping his cat in a cage in the glass case.
Oh my god, that was
Yes.
terrible. Look at him blowing
My,
up.
Ooh, look at
That
that.
is
Green News with James Earl Jones on it. That's like my favorite piece.
Oh,
Dang.
that is sick, dude. That
Yeah.
is so sick. What?
Yeah.
That's a beauty. That is.
That
a beauty.
is beautiful. Beautiful.
Jeez.
Does it turn on or anything, or like does it make any noises?
Well, I don't have any batteries in it because obviously batteries like mess up the electronics, but it does work.
Wow.
So all the lights like flash and everything. But
Is that
yeah,
that's signed, right? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, that is so.
See, it says like no at the bottom of the and then James Earl Jones.
Oh,
No.
no.
That is
Yeah.
so sick, dude. Wow, that is awesome. I mean, that's one of the many things I know you have. So, but that is sick, dude.
That's a unique piece. So that's nice.
That, dude, I don't even want to know how much that even went for.
Don't ask.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's like looking at
Don't
Gabe,
ask.
like, how much did all that? You just don't want to know. You just don't want to know. You can, yeah. So I gotta ask you, Gabe. I know you can't take anything out. I'm gonna make big, but
No.
what is your number one go-to thing? Like, what is your
Oof.
favorite thing out of your whole collection?
Ooh. I'd have to look. I'm really so one of the first 3 sabers that I wanted to collect was the Luke and the Luke sabers, like the New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and then the Vader ones. So those were kind of the beginning of my collection. You could kind of see. Let me see if I can. You could kind of see the Vader ones right there.
Those are nice. Yeah.
So that's the dual signature ones. So that one also that has James Earl Jones and David Prowse's autograph on it. And then if you look over here, see if I can get you guys over here. And then the 3 Luke sabers, that's also the signature edition, A New Hope, and then the Empire, and then the Return of the Jedi. So the signature editions, the top ones, like that one has Mark Hamill's autograph, and then obviously on the other side. But so those are kind of like my close up, extreme close up. But and sorry, I have a little bit of a mess. But my R2 is probably my favorite because I actually built him. So that one has labor of love kind of deal. You know what I mean? So that one,
sick.
I'm part of the R2 Builders Club and all that.
That's
So
cool.
yeah.
Oh, bro, me too. Nice.
Are you? Yeah, nice. I can't get that. There it is.
I want him.
So cool.
I just want him for a photo shoot. That's it.
But yeah, those are kind of my go-to. Sorry, I got a little bit of a mess. Came back.
Dude, that none of what you have there is a mess. What I have is a mess. None of that. That's called beauty. That's beauty. That is so sick. No, dude, that is awesome. I mean, yeah. I mean, my thing is my lightsaber. I don't have it on me, but it's actually my it's a Galen Marek one, Star Killer. That's actually my go-to thing. That's what I have, and that's I have a lot of Black Series figures. But yeah, those are my things. So, but yeah, so that's what I collect. I have Black Series figures, but they are in storage, unfortunately. So one day when I get a bigger place, that's my goal. I want to be just like you, Gabe. You are my inspiration. So just know that, dude. I look up to you very much. So thank you again.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
But guys, let's talk about the huge news that we got. The whole Galactic Star Cruiser. Where do we even start? Do we start with the prices? Do we start with the real lightsaber?
Yeah, we start by making OnlyFans accounts so we can afford to actually go.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're going that route. All right.
I'm just kidding.
Do it.
Yeah. So we'll get Dupree in his Vader suit. He will sell OnlyFans. Like we'll get Dupree
Feet
twerking.
pictures
Only,
of Vader.
it's just only Sith.
You're gonna have to record in this room,
Yes,
right? With
yes.
the background.
That R2 picture you wanted, Mariah.
Right.
There you go.
Oh
There you
God.
There you go. Oh, guys, this is exciting. Like, I was super stoked. Like, when we saw the trailer, it was great. But I'm just thinking to myself, wow, the prices. Like, for 2 nights, I'm just like, I'm like thinking of building one in my backyard. Like, I'm going to have to do that because that is, wow.
I'm gonna wait until it actually dies down. They stop doing only the 2 night. So it'll probably be about 5 years from now, whenever they stop doing this cruise and they just let it be a hotel. That's when it will.
So I'm sorry, Mariah. We do have a special guest that is here, and I want to thank him so much for hopping on. My man, Dan O'Flores. What is up, my guy?
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hey.
What's up,
Hey,
dude?
man.
Thanks for inviting me on, man.
No, dude, thank you for hopping on, bro. You are a legend as well, dude. If you don't mind, before we do continue about this Galactic Star Cruiser, dude, a little quick intro on yourself. Yeah. Which I saw you put some posts on that. So yeah,
I definitely did. A lot of big news with that yesterday. So in case you guys don't know who I am, I'm Dano. I have a channel called The Dano Channel, focused mostly on Star Wars merchandise, Galaxy's Edge stuff, Disney parks. A lot of people, it's funny, I get weird pockets of people what they know me for. Some of them know me for lightsaber toys. It's like the build your own lightsaber toy, the blade builder stuff. Some people know me just for Galaxy's Edge stuff, and then other people know me for some of the social groups that I run based around Galaxy's Edge, like the Droid Builders Club and the Batu Bounty Hunt.
Wow, yeah, dude, you are a legend in the YouTube community. So definitely, man.
I
know you as well. Just like I know, like Gabe, you as well, dude. I mean, I before I even did YouTube, bro, I was like always watching like Gabe's and like yours and like other people's things. But like when I would want my lightsaber stuff, because you do everything too as well, and I would just like literally watch like your saber reviews on the Galaxy's Edge. Like that was like my go-to thing. So I thank you for that, bro. I thank you for that. But getting into it, guys, yeah, like I said, let's talk about it. Like what are we thinking of these prices? Like I know Mariah, you were touching on it. I mean, I guess I'll ask you, Dan, because I know you're very heavy with it. What are you thinking of this? Like I know you posted on it and everything.
It is expensive, and it's way more expensive than a Disney cruise, because it's basically what it is. It's a Disney cruise, except for you're not on water. Simulate that we're going to space. But when you compare the prices next to each other, it is a lot more than a typical Disney cruise. It would be cheaper to just go on a Disney cruise. But I'm really, really, really like, I want to do it. I'm going to do whatever I have to get there. It's not ideal how much it costs, but it's one of those, as a Star Wars fan, I have to do that full on. I'm going to wear my Resistance pilot outfit. I'm going to have Jedi robes on the whole time. I'm going to go fully dressed up and do it. What I want to do is actually get a bunch of friends together and just all go in big on the captain's suite. Because the only way we're ever going to see that, there's no way I can justify taking my family, like my 2 kids who won't really care that much, my wife who won't really care at all. It's just not worth taking like all of us to go. So I'm like, I got to go with some hardcore friends who are all want to just throw down and just do it big for 2 days.
Yeah, I feel like that's a trip you definitely have to make sure you go with. Like
Rebecca, come on.
There you go, dude. Yeah, people are gonna end up doing that. I think they're gonna end up coordinating with each other and maybe just like build little friend groups. And that's the only way some of us are gonna be able to go, because if
you meet at the captain's quarters.
Yeah, well, if you look at the standard cost for the same cabin, they gave us 3 prices, right?
Right.
The first one ended up being $2,400 per person if there's only 2 people. But if you add that up and you get 3 adults and 1 child, it drops down to being about $1,500 per person. $900 difference by adding 2 more people to that cabin. And if it's all 4 adults, it might be a little more expensive because they did say a child. But by stacking the rooms and packing them, you definitely get a bigger savings. So I think that's going to be the only realistic way for a lot of us to afford something like that.
Yeah. No, dude. I mean, I definitely agree with you, dude. I think it's one of those things where you just kind of, like you said, you have to kind of like plan it out. Like, okay, like if I'm not going to bring my wife, I'm not bringing my kids. Like, there's no way. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you. I know we always go on Disney trips, guys, but we can, there's no way. Like,
you won't even like it that much.
No, exactly. Little Johnny, little Susie, they're not going to like it. You're just, you love Power Rangers or other things. So yeah, no, we're not doing that. But no, I definitely agree with you, man. I mean, what about you, Dupree? Like, what are you thinking about it? What are your takes? Because I know you're another one who posted on it as well.
I definitely want to go. I know, like, I'm just gonna bite the bullet, and I'm gonna pay. But like, as far as like the captain's quarters, like like said, like that would probably be the best ideal thing. It's just to go all in with like a bunch of people who would just super fans who would be down to do it. Otherwise, it's like there's no way you'd be able to do that.
I love how you call it super fans. You're like super
well,
fans.
I mean, when you're spending that much money to go to a hotel like that doesn't technically a cruise that doesn't technically go anywhere, it's a lot.
Well,
you get 1 day in Batu.
Yeah, 1 day in Batu doing it. Like I would have to. Yeah, it's exactly Tatiana girls trip, because I cannot go there with my partner because he's just not a Star Wars fan. Like he's just a Star Wars fan because I am, and he just wouldn't appreciate. Like I could not go to Batu with him because I didn't want him to ruin my trip.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
I mean, but it's true because
that's fair though.
Yeah,
because for my first experience, because he would have much rather ride like Rock and Roller Coaster than be in Batu, and that was not what I was like. We've been to Disney so many times, I haven't got to do Batu, and I just wanted to sit there and stay and just watch everything. And he's just not into it. He doesn't really get it. So yeah.
With the prices, I felt like Lando with I don't like it. I don't, what did it feel like? I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but I'll accept it.
I don't like it, but I'll accept it.
So
I'll accept it. And that's all of us when we saw those prices.
Yeah, no, and Disney's gotten like this year alone. So once they reopen, our family's huge Disney. Like, we're Southern California, so we've been season pass holders for the last like 10 years almost. So we missed Disney. So this last year right now, and since May, since it opened, we've already gone like 3 times. So just the cost of because we're 5 of us just to go equals what I would have paid for this one. So, and then the new annual passes just got released, which we're obviously going to get them. So I'm already thinking, well, if I could justify paying that much already for the passes, like it's more than likely we're going to justify paying to go to this, to
maybe
stay.
Maybe we'll get an AP discount.
There you go. There you go.
No. I love how Gabe, like we're gonna end up just doing it. Like I saw the head.
I mean, I'm not. Who am I kidding? I always say that. Even with this stuff, whenever we're talking about it on other shows and stuff. I'm like, I'm not gonna get that.
I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy that. It's way too much. And I'm like, all right, who am I kidding? I'm gonna buy it.
2 seconds later, you're like, go ahead, Rebecca.
I was just kind of thinking. So I used to, and I know Mariah did, but I used to work at Walt Disney World, and I'm thinking like, I know I just opened my own bridal boutique, so I'm kind of,
Ooh, congrats.
Congratulations. Kind of like, busy, but I just like want to work at it. Like I want to figure out, like, it's so interactive. Like what kind of cast members is it going to be? Like what's it all going to entail?
Improv.
The training.
You got to be good at improv.
Right. It's like, it's more than, obviously more than what they're going to be doing, what they currently do at Rise of the Resistance, which is extraordinary all in itself. It's just like, just so immersive.
So you think that, I guess that'll be for Rebecca and Dan. I mean, you guys think that they're definitely hiring
Oh, they have on the audition website. Last night I broke down all the blueprints and everything in like an hour-long live stream. The auditions for cast members specifically said for like the captain, for one of the engineers, for one of the entertainers, strong improvisational skills, and they kind of gave you a little bit of outline on what the characters were and what kind of, this one's going to be a first order person who changes, they gave a little bit of hint as to what the characters in the story is going to be.
And they gave an age range and everything.
Exactly. Too. Yeah. First and foremost, though, is strong improvisational skills.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, I guess my question to you guys, do you think the pay will be good? I guess I'll ask that for do you think the pay will be good?
Pay will probably be okay, but the benefits will probably be good. That's generally how I've seen things go with Disney. Like great insurance plan and everything else goes with it, but the pay is whatever.
Right.
It's not terrible, but it definitely could be better.
I got paid pretty decent when I worked for Disney. Enough to live off of, and also we got free Disney tickets, so it's like
again those great benefits, right?
Right. I have to say that I'm very excited for when they amp up the pay for Disney and whatever it is, 2023 or whatever. It's needed. It's very needed. Yeah. I don't know if these might very well be equity roles, which will be paid out very differently. Entertainment roles are way different than us lowly concierge or us lowly, because I worked in a hotel at Disney. I worked as a concierge and I made like $10 an hour. So they won't be able to get away with that for these roles because it's going to take so much more. It will be more along the lines of an entertainment, an equity, a face character kind of style.
Yeah.
And now let me ask, Rebecca, did you go to the one in you worked at the one in California or in Florida?
No, I worked at Walt Disney World in Florida. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I did that too.
Now let me ask you guys, do you guys think that I'm just curious.
Worked at Disneyland.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah, I was friends with Vader at Disneyland.
And that's
nice. I was friends with Pocahontas.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
You can see it? Yeah, it's like Wengape. That's when my voice changed, when I had to be friends with Pocahontas.
That's so awesome.
That's awesome.
That's sick. Do you guys think that would the same, pay for those cast members be the same in Florida to, Disneyland?
That could very well be different just because of cost of living and stuff like that. I really don't know the answer. I would imagine so, though.
Florida just raised ours to $15 an hour.
Did that
So-
happen already? I thought that was
Yeah, it's supposed to end at the end of 2021. So it's beginning of 2022, pay goes up to 15.
Oh,
It's
great.
already happening. Like, I mean,
Wow.
McDonald's pays 15 an hour where I live. So
that's
yeah.
So we do
So it's
have
already
another,
happening.
we have another guest who actually was actually on here saying in the chat that they talked to a cast member and interviewed about the experience, and here she is. She's actually been on the channel before. What the Mickey? She is a big influencer, so yes, she is. She's been here before. Like I said, you could introduce yourself before we do continue. Go for
Hey
it.
everyone, my name's Tatiana. I handle What the Mickey primarily on Instagram, but I'm also on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah. Thank you so much for hopping on, girl. It's been a while, and I really do appreciate when you do hop on. I think we could all say we've missed you, definitely. So, but we know you're busy and doing your thing, so good stuff.
Nice to be on. Nice to see everyone.
No, definitely. I do gotta ask. I know you said you spoke to a cast member and interviewed her about it. So,
Yeah.
what did you get to ask about that? Like, if it's okay to ask.
I mean, it was really short, but from what I understood, she said that they're making it a whole experience from the moment that you call in, even to the reservation line. So they're gonna have their own phone number. You're gonna like dial like an extension just for the Galactic Star Cruiser, and they're gonna speak to you like it's like role playing.
In
Like,
Huttese.
like the experience is gonna start when you like fork up the money to make the reservation, like on the phone.
Damn,
That's
I
cool.
just want that money quick.
It's gonna be
because that's a whole different role. Like you don't take reservations as a front desk concierge. That goes to the DRC, which is based in I think Tampa. The amount of people that they are having to get on board with this, to source the right people, to train the right people, like that's extreme. And
we just have to go back. I have to go back. I have to give up my good job just to go back to work. I really have thought about that because obviously some people here know what I do, and yeah, I would probably give it up in a heartbeat just to go work at Star Wars. Oh, it's so bad.
No, that's awesome. So I guess my next question to you guys is the lightsaber. I know everybody wants to talk. I see Dan. I see Dupree. I see Gabe, my lightsaber people. And I see, what are you guys thinking on these lightsabers? And I'm going to ask Dupree, what are your thoughts on this whole thing with the lightsaber?
At first, when I first saw the promo for it, I wasn't really sold because I thought it just looked big. Like oversized. It looked like a barbell. But then again, I was thinking about maybe the girl that was holding it, the Rey that was holding it, just had like really small hands. And then in the preview, it looked like a normal lightsaber. So I'm like, did they like change it up? Was that like a prototype or whatever? Or, does it? Because I know like that was a lot of people's gripes when they first saw it. It's like, oh yeah, it's cool, but it's big.
Yeah.
It definitely looks big. Even in the preview that came out yesterday, I thought it still looked a little big in that guy's hand. But the thing about that lightsaber is we're not going to get to touch it.
Really?
That's only Rey is going to do that. The lightsabers that are going to be in the training are not going to be that same lightsaber.
I agree with
if you notice in the preview, they've said that that lightsaber, seeing Rey wield and ignite that lightsaber is its own feature of the cruise, because there's going to be some big battle with her and Kylo Ren. Inevitably, you see it on the poster.
Right.
But Rey's going to ignite it, and it'll be cool to see in person. And that is as close as we're going to get to it. The ones in the training will be different.
So,
and also recently they said that there's going to be some way for you to feel the Force when you're using the training remote and lightsaber training. My guess is, I'm guessing it's going to be like a vibration or something to like make you feel it where you position it correctly to block the blaster bolt. But there's some way, some tech that they've got to make you feel the Force. But I don't think it's going to be that exact same clunky lightsaber that we see Rey igniting in those promos. It'll be something different.
We're not going to get like that one scene, right? I think it's in The Last Jedi where she's like, I could feel it. And he's like,
smacking
it's not really anything like that, right? It's like, oh yeah, that's the Force. That's the Force. You feel it? Oh my God. No, but what was I going to say? No, yeah, I mean, so what is the lightsaber that you think that the kids, because they did say that it's going to be kid friendly, like kids are going to be able
there will be lightsaber training for 7 and up, I think is what so it's not like just little kids, it's at least 7. But to do the lightsaber training with the training remote, like deflecting blaster bolts or whatever, that's the thing that they said you're going to be able to somehow intuitively feel the Force, whatever that means. But that's going to be training against the.
I kind of need to know what that means.
Yeah. Right. I wish they were a little more specific with that.
I'm sorry, but that makes
the magic of it.
You guys remember the Wii?
That's Disney for you.
Yeah.
The Wiimotes. Yeah, and they would vibrate whenever you did something. Yeah, I think that's
exactly what I think it's going to be. It's probably going to be something that gives you feedback that when you move it the right way, it'll stop vibrating when you get it right, and then the blaster bolt will hit.
Yeah.
Something like that it kind of will track you.
Or maybe even some type of like counterbalance mechanism inside that makes it feel heavier, like towards the front. You know what I mean? And then when the ball swings back,
some kind of weight shifting.
Yeah,
I mean, they have that in Nintendo Switch with the little Joy-Cons. Has similar thing where you can feel like ice cubes or whatever in one of the games. So they might use exactly some kind of technology like that to make you feel it as you distribute the weight.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Kevin? How you feeling about it? I know you were out here.
To be honest with you, I kind of just listening here on this subject because I'm not as familiar with it. So I mean, it sounds, you know, that's like from me getting like a fresh perspective on it from you. Like for the first time, it sounds like something I need to look at.
Rebecca, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No. I didn't mean to interrupt. My screen's kind of lagging like it did last week, but I was just thinking about, I had the chance before it shut down to do the Star Wars VR experience, and they had similar things where you could feel like you knew when you did something right and when you did something wrong, that kind of thing. So I imagine the technology is already very alive and well, and they're just going to implement it in the right way where it's going to seem way cooler than it actually is. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't really know much about it. I mean, I'm just, like I said, I can't wait for it to kind of like be out. Like, when is this going to start? Do you know? Do you guys know? I didn't get to catch that part.
Spring. They said spring 22, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Spring 22. Yeah, right. I know. Whatever. But man, I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, like, I think it's like, again, going back to it, it's just all about, you know, gathering the right group, gathering the right people, you know? And I think that's just what it's going to come down to.
Let's go, Mariah.
It's like,
where all of us girls have to get together. You boys can do your own thing, but the girls are.
It's going to be an Ahsoka takeover.
But you got to dress up. You got to dress up fully the whole time.
That's right.
That's
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Wait a second. So the first day that we're there, can we dress up as like Natasha Romanoff or something? Since technically it's like Disney, and then the next day we dress up as Ahsoka. So I'm all for that.
You know what I just thought about? I wonder if there's going to be actually restrictions for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know at the park you can't dress like the Disney princesses and stuff like that.
Well, Florida is actually notoriously lax about that. At Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, are they?
They allow people in full costume. I saw people with Zabrak horns and makeup. In Anaheim, where I normally go to Disneyland, I live in Las Vegas. Now you can travel to Anaheim for Disneyland.
We the Legion, we kind of broke the costume thing. We all showed up in the parks with stormtrooper outfits. So after that, no more costumes in the park.
So Dupree, it's your fault basically. When you guys rolled in with your little Vader
dude, I dressed up as Vader, and they said, "No, sorry, sir, you can't come in." They let everybody else in. I'm like,
did you do one of these? Have you ever seen like what is it, Ted, when he's like using the Force? Did you go like that to them, like? They're just not trying to force choke them.
That's not how the Force works.
I will have a theory on why the Florida is more relaxed. Probably because people aren't as crazy because it's hot as hell here to do that. The humidity, because there's no way I'm going to be dressing up in my full Ahsoka cosplay in 120 degree plus humidity at Disney.
Yeah, and especially if it's going to be so immersive, right? Like that, all like the cast members are going to be probably in full, like, you know, alien costume. Maybe you have a guest in there, you know, essentially role playing with the other guests. I'm sure Disney would probably not be too fond of that.
I know, especially if you did a better job than they did.
Well, if we're paying $4,000 a person, we better be able to.
Right. You're right.
That is
true. I very much encourage it though, because they sell full Rebel pilot suits and Galaxy's Edge now. I think that if they can make $200,
those are hot though. Those are very hot.
Yeah, they are.
I wore one on May the 4th to Disneyland, but I didn't zip it all the way up. I just pulled the top half down and tied it around my waist, but still wore the white pilot vest part of it. And one of the suits found me and was like, "Hey, you already know what I'm going to ask you, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's about I'm wearing too much, huh?" She had me take off the vest portion of it. But those things are hot. I was dying in that. But with that said, I'm still going to wear it to the cruise whenever I go.
Yeah, I mean,
You
you
have
got
to.
it. Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's a must. I mean, where does the cruise take you? If you don't mind, like, does anybody know where it takes you? Where it's going? I don't know personally. So.
We know for sure Batu, at least on the second day or whatever, you go to Batu. But they've said multiple planets is what I've heard. Is you'll see multiple planets through the windows. So you may not stop there, but we know for sure you're going to stop on Batu, take a transport, and there's some story elements that'll happen. But you do get a guaranteed boarding pass to Rise of Resistance and Smuggler's Run.
Okay.
And then what you do, like, depending on what you do in the story with the characters on the ship, there may be something you may need to get a specific amount of coaxium or something on Smuggler's Run, or there's a story element that happens in the park on Batu to your group that only happens to you because you're part of the cruise, and it ties into whatever choices you made before. That's all in the itinerary.
I wonder if the game is gonna. I wonder if the game where you walk around scanning stuff at Galaxy's Edge is going to go into play. Yeah, the data pad thing is going to go into play with the cruise.
They said that the itinerary for your cruise is actually going to be on the data pad. It's going to be added 30 days before your arrival, so there's definitely some integration in there. And you'll get messages from characters on board the ship onto your data pad. So yeah, definitely.
From Ahsoka?
Maybe. I mean, maybe. She is in some of the concept art.
Oh, she is. So I guess maybe you could.
So am I, apparently.
You're in the concept art?
It looks like I am. It's like one of the guys playing Hollow Sabak looks a lot like me, and it's ridiculous. Somebody pointed it out. I was like, oh my god, that really does look like me. It's kind of funny. Dude, total coincidence, though. I had no idea.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, you didn't know. Hopefully, you're getting a paycheck somehow for that. Hopefully,
that'd be nice. That'd be really
free
nice.
tickets.
I love some Disney money.
Yeah, for real,
I would settle for that.
Free tickets.
Yeah.
Use my likeness all you want. Just let me into that. Let's help for free, please.
Hey, I gotta ask you, Dan. Any new lightsabers that you've gotten? Did you get any of the new ones from Disney? Because I know you do. You're always on that. Nope. No, you haven't gotten any of the new ones. Did you get the?
I have zero legacy sabers. Zero. I bought 2 when they first came out, and then I sold them off to friends. I have every Savi's combination. Every piece of scrap metal that you can build from Savi's. I own all of that. I bought that outright as soon as I could. But I have 0 legacy sabers. So I'm just not so into the replicas. I'm more into the build your own, customize your own kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, and I kind of you have to draw the line somewhere. And like I have so much Galaxy's Edge. I've got a billion droids off to the side of me over here. And I have to draw the line and be like, well, I have to say I can't collect that because I need room. My garage is mostly Star Wars stuff, and my room, which is its own like bedroom in our house, is just for my office to film stuff, and it's already full. And we just bought the house like a year ago, and I'm like, I don't have any room already. So yeah, I have to draw the line like often.
You're like, all right, house number 2 on the way, or we're building another garage. We're building a garage.
Something. It's mostly Star Wars micro machines in the garage is all it is. That's
so awesome, dude. No, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, I can't wait. I mean, show of hands. I mean, who's going to be going to this anyway? Just show of hands. Like, in all honesty, I see Dupree's hand.
So at some point, I will.
At some point. At some point.
Dupree, I'll meet up with you. Gabe, I'll meet up with you. Yeah, we'll link up. Dan, we'll link up. We'll figure it out.
You gotta find something to do with the family first.
It looks like I'm not getting that engagement ring anytime soon.
Definitely not. No, as long as you get the right Ahsoka sabers, you'll be fine. That's all that matters.
You know, I actually met my boyfriend on a cast preview day while we were both standing underneath the Millennium Falcon on Pursuit. So I feel like we have to go to.
Yeah, you have to bring him.
Yeah, you have to.
That's fair.
We have to do it.
If he doesn't propose to you there, I'm going to be very disappointed with him. I'm going to be like, okay, bye.
Well, I don't know. I actually got married guerrilla style at Disneyland.
What?
Secretly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we set up a camera, and it went kind of viral on YouTube. You could go on my channel, and it's on there. But what we did is we set up a camera. Well, because we were saving up for a wedding and all that, but instead we bought a house, and we were like, we still should do something memorable. So we're like, all right, my buddy, like my best friend, he's an ordained minister. We'll have his wife as the witness, and let's just go to Disneyland and get married secretly there. So we set up a camera right underneath the castle, like on one of the side doors, and we just did like a 10-minute quick like vows and boom, we're done. We filmed it, and then we uploaded on YouTube, and it kind of went a little viral. Like the local news did a story on us and all that. They're like, Disney guerrilla style wedding, like, and then my wife's like, no, don't bring the news here. I was like, yes, we're bringing the news here. Come on, and I'm like.
That's why I love your story, dude. You're so awesome. Like, you have all these things. Like, I mean, it's like, I think I would want. Like, people are gonna want to be you, bro. Like, come on,
dude. Gorilla. Well, as obviously as ex Disney cast, obviously that's very frowned upon because but we've given I think Disney enough money that they should give us a pass on that. But it's up on YouTube. You can find it.
I thought I was wild for putting soda in my water cup, but geez, you really know how to.
Oh my god, that is crazy! Wow, yeah. and how was that, dude? I gotta ask, like, when that did happen, like, did you have any characters come up to you, like any Disney characters like come up?
Well, no. So if you watch the video, we're actually, and I think anyone who's more familiar with the Anaheim Park. So the Anaheim Park has like the main entrance, right where you go, where the drawbridge is, and then on the two sides, there's two little like sides, one leading to the Snow White wishing well. Well, we did it right where the Snow White wishing well, so you could hear it in the.
Oh, it's tucked away, yeah. Yeah,
you could hear the wishing well in the background, and then people would kind of come up like wanting to go through the castle, and they would like back off. They're like, "Oh, sorry," and they would go the other way. So it worked out perfect. Only one time we got interrupted because the people came in through behind us, and that's the only time. But we were freaking out, tell you the truth, because obviously we were season pass holders, so we're like, if we get caught, we're gonna lose our passes. We're gonna be banned forever. Like, we were freaking out, but it was memorable. And you know what? Obviously, we don't regret it now. But it was exciting. It was fun.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I don't know what you have. Oh, I see what it is, Dan.
I saw that comment and I was like, oh yeah. I gotta lean into that a little more. It's my Kowakian monkey lizard. He's got to be sitting right above my shoulder.
Good thing that wasn't at Gabe's wedding, because I'm pretty sure wifey would have been like, whoa, what?
You know what's funny? I actually, now that you mention and tell that whole story, I remember seeing that when it happened a few years back. I remember that story. Yeah, I remember. Like, I just looked it up too. I was like, oh yeah, I do remember seeing when that went viral.
It's gorilla. Yeah, I think you just search like gorilla style wedding or something like that. Disney gorilla style wedding.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, that is. I mean, that's insane, dude. I mean, I don't know how you did that, man, but I give it to you and I commend you, my brother, because that is not easy to do. That's definitely not easy to do that. So he's like,
yeah, it was just quick and it was just in and out, and then we just spent the rest of the day at Disneyland. So.
That's cool.
There you go. That's all it was, right? Just spend the rest of the day there, and you're married. You're walking around, and got the ring and everything. There you go. Have all the fun in the world. That's awesome, dude. No, dude. I'm telling you, your story just gets better and better every time you talk, bro. Like literally, like you're just. It's like it's a one up. But that's awesome, dude. So I guess now turning the table, I wanted to talk about. There's been me and Dupree have talked about it. The whole thing with. All right, I know we're all excited for Kenobi. Right, I think we could all say that.
Yes.
Do we think that we'll get Palpatine in this series? And if why or why not? And you guys can go. Before we do start, though, I hope this works. I think I ended up getting. I want to show a clip of it, if you don't mind, Gabe. I want to show a clip of the wedding. I actually got it. So for those who has anybody here seen it? No. Okay. So this.
Years ago when it came out.
He's like years ago.
I do remember watching something on it years ago. So yeah.
So I'm gonna try to put it and see what happens, and let's hope for the best.
Disneyland Resort Main Entrance Plaza. Thank you.
All who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
All right, let's do this. Okay, Chris, dear family and friends, we have gathered here today to witness and celebrate the wedding of Gabe, Gabriel, and Andrew. We We rejoice with Gabriel and Annie that out of all the world they have found each other, and that they will henceforth find the deeper meaning and richness of human life in sharing it with one another. Gabriel and Annie, please face each other. Gabriel, are you ready to enter into this marriage with Annie, believing the love you share and your faith in each other will endure all things? Yes. Annie, are you ready to enter into this marriage with Gabriel, believing the love you share and your faith in each other will endure all things?
Yes.
Please join hands. Gabriel, do you take Annie to be your wedded wife, to live together in marriage? Do you promise to love her, to have and to hold her from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish as long as you both shall live? And do you take Gabriel to be your wedded husband, to live together in marriage? Do you promise to love him, to have and to hold him for this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poor, in sickness and in health, and to love and to cherish as long as you both shall live? Gabe and Annie, what oath do you give that will perform your vows? This ring. Now, Gabriel, place the ring on Annie and repeat after me. Annie, take this ring and with it my promise of trust. Annie, take this ring and with it my promise of trust. Patience and love for the rest of my life. Patience and love for the rest of my life. Now, Annie, place the ring on Gabriel and repeat after me. Gabriel, take this ring and with it my promise of trust. Patience and love for the rest of my life. May you who give it and you who wear it honor in life the pledge for which it stands. May every blessing be yours as you bind your lives in each other's keeping. For as much as Gabriel and Annie have consented together to join their lives in the bonds of matrimony, and have witnessed the same before this company, I now pronounce by the authority vested in me, and in accordance with the laws of the state of California, that they are now husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
Well, that was beautiful. I see Mariah like choking up the whole time. We could clap it up. I mean, wow.
Looks like YouTube took down the audio too at the end. They used to have like little Disney music and all
Oh
that.
wow, yeah, you could tell. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
Mariah. Poor Mariah. I'm sorry, Mariah.
It's okay.
You're doing it to me, Robert.
That was so pretty. Like it started like as soon as you guys said like and now pronouns you had like the bells started ringing and
Yeah, that was just.
That was on point, dude. That's how you
that
know.
was
Like,
and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like a little jealous because I know it's not gonna happen to me because I keep buying
lightsaber is missing. You need to stop. No kidding.
No. Look, you just gotta make the best of you know what I mean of the situation. I think that's the one thing I learned from early on. When you're young, when I was young, you just gotta make the best of it and just make it memorable. That's all. That's all.
Oh, you did that, bro. You definitely made it memorable. You took the cake. I mean, my God, you were on the news. I mean, that's big. No, man, that's
But
awesome.
also, Gabe, when you are telling people that advice, tell them to make a trip to Dayton, Ohio, to buy a very simple dress from a little shop.
There you go.
Yes,
There you go.
yes,
absolutely.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, dude. So many blessings to you and your family.
Thank you, man.
Awesome. So back on that, I don't even know how to like live up to that. It's just like you can't even. How do you come back from that? No, but I do want to ask, like, what are your guys' thoughts on Palpatine possibly returning to the Kenobi series? Thoughts, theories, yes, nos. I think Dan, you were gonna start saying something. I want to hear your take. Go for it, bro.
I hadn't actually even considered. I don't know why, but I hadn't even considered Palpatine would be in it. And now that you mention it, that makes sense that he would, but I don't know that they would choose to. I think maybe we'd get hints at him, little bits and pieces, maybe we'll hear him or see a hologram of him very minimally. But I think having him in there too much would take away from the Kenobi aspect. But I think we'll see little glimpses of him. I think that would make sense.
You know what's funny? You mentioned like nobody thought of it. It's so true because I think I spoke to Dupree, who's a fellow YouTuber as well, and literally like nobody spoke of like Palpatine. Like we think of all these characters, right? But you don't think of Palpatine, like Grandpa Palps. Like we gotta definitely get him in there, right? Like And I did a video on it, and it was just like it makes sense. At least I would say it would be nice to see him for at least a scene. Because we have to remember too, the show itself is going to be 6 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. 6 to 8 episodes. They're an hour long. So who's to say you can't get like?
Yeah, because we got him in the Bad Batch, just for like
real.
that.
If we got him in the Bad Batch, for real, we should definitely get him in.
And he was only in there for what, 10 seconds. That's all you need. It's just a little, like Dan said, a little hologram or hear his voice or something.
Something to let you know that he's still right there in the, doing what he's doing.
To be honest, that could be how the series ends, with Vader talking to him on the ship.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be.
Like that.
Would you guys
see? You like that idea?
Do you guys think we'll see like a Tarkin or like a young Leia?
Oh yeah,
like CGI maybe, or young Leia. I'm sure they could cast, but
so they did.
It'd be a baby, like a baby Leia.
So I think for our fellow YouTubers, everybody here, we can definitely confirm. So Leia, they did cast the girl who was in, I think if I'm not mistaken, the Avengers movie, Tony Stark's daughter.
Things. No, she's in Stranger Things and some other show.
I don't think they cast Millie Bobby Brown.
No. The little girl from Bird Box. That's
that's the girl. That's who they cast for a young Princess Leia. So and they said that, and we are also getting a young Luke. So that's pretty cool. And I just want to know, maybe you'll see like a young Luke, like maybe getting into some trouble. That's what I'm thinking. But with Leia, they said she's gonna play a heavy part in this show. So I wonder, I want to ask your guys' theories, and this is for anybody here. What do you guys think she'll bring to the table with the series? Do we get more Bail? Is that what they're trying to go towards? And the floor is open for anybody. Go for it.
If you're gonna see Bail, if you're going to see Leia, then you most likely are going to, at least see him as well. I don't know who would play, like, I guess a younger him. I guess maybe
just let Jimmy Smith do it again.
Yeah, he's going to do it again.
Let him de-age him. Let him do it again. I want more Jimmy Smith.
But the thing is, like I said in the video, like that's going to be the reason why he leaves Tatooine, because why else would he leave? Like he's obviously going to be the one that protects Luke and or Leia, but Leia's more protected, as in like she's with a royal family with security, whereas Luke's just with Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru, like in the desert. So that's gonna be his reasoning for leaving. But they'll probably use Jimmy Smith too. They're gonna use him for Cassian Andor also. Like just put some gray specks in his hair or whatever. Like,
Do you guys think it's gonna be more of like a larger arc, like in that show, or do you think it's going to be smaller little adventures, kind of similar to like Mando, where it was just every episode was a little adventure? You think that's how they're going to play that?
I have 2 theories on that. I'm just drawing inspiration from the Ahsoka book, because we do see a little cameo with Belle and Leia at the end of the Ahsoka book, and it's just a small little cameo. We could see that instance where we see Belle, but like maybe talking in his office to Obi-Wan, but you just see Leia like running around his office, just seeing something like in that sense, like being a little kid, because she's 6 years old at this time. So I don't think she's going to have like a heavy part. You just see a little cameo. Same thing with Luke. Like, remember, actually, never mind. Not going to spoil it. You guys know what happened in Rebel. And we're just going to see a little cameo. That's all we're going to see.
And remember, too, he would, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Here he would be 10 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So.
10. They'd be 10.
Yeah,
okay.
because remember, Rebels, he was about, which I know this is so crazy. he was about 16, 17, which I know when you look at him running with his arms like Naruto, he was 16. He was 16. He was.
Yeah. He's the same age as Ezra.
Yeah. Well, you see, yeah.
I'm sorry, Rebecca, go.
No, it's good. I think it will be more like a full story arc. I don't think people would be content with an episodic Kenobi show, but I also if I haven't necessarily read that Leia's going to play a big part, but I don't think she's going to play a big part as in she's going to have a lot of like screen time. I think that Kenobi's number one job right now is to care for the twins, and so she's going to have an impact in that sense, but she's not going to like be a character necessarily. She's just going to drive some plot.
Right.
What I would like to see is more like I don't know if it's gonna happen, but what I would like to see is, you know how we saw Hera's backstory, and it kind of makes sense as to why Hera became who she became, and you see her drive, you see her spunk, you see that spice from such a young age. Well, I love that about Leia, and I would love to see that in a young Leia because of what she's gone through and how she's been brought up. So I hope they implement a lot of that because they have a lot of wiggle room to make this a female power, like the Leia kick butt Leia that we all love, and we get to see why she has that strong personality.
I always say this every time, but I still think we're going to see a dream sequence with Anakin and Padme raising Luke and Leia in his. I do think
that's another person we talked about. I think last week was Padme. Yeah. Remember? Yeah.
I think we're going to see, because you don't cast Hayden Christensen without showing his face. So I do think we're going to see like a flashback. Either it's going to be a flashback of the Clone Wars, or we're going to see like just like a small little glimpse, or we're going to see Kenobi trying to like seeing like a what if scene, like what if he didn't do. Like, what if Anakin didn't turn to the dark side, and you see him raising Luke and Leia on Naboo with Padme, and then he has to determine whether it's real or not type of situation, so he can like battling his own demon. So that's where we're going to see maybe a Luke and Leia, and then because he would know what Luke and Leia would look like. So that's just my theory.
Along with that thought, though, do you think that they're going to cast, or that they would cast Hayden and then have him play Vader, or do you think that's not likely to be in the Kenobi?
Oh, he's going to be in the Vader suit.
He's going to be in close-ups, and they'll probably show the face, but they have another dude.
He was in the wasn't he in the suit?
Stunt dude.
He was in the suit in episode 3, wasn't he?
Well, that was
he's in the suit, and then another guy was in the suit too. But they're going to use a stunt double,
right? Because at the end of the day, what they went into this was like, because at the end of the day, you don't really need Hayden Christensen to play Vader. Obviously, you can get anybody. It's behind a mask, but obviously they did it for reasons, because most likely, like Dupree said, you're gonna get a maskless Vader that we need to see Hayden kind of reprise that again to see. And you are going to get snippets of, definitely battle scenes. It's not going to be Hayden. Or it might be. Who knows? But, I mean, I don't think so. But, go ahead, Mariah.
Yeah. I was just saying, I remember last week people were thinking that we were talking about, like, a whole episode. Like, I'm talking, like a snippet. Like what we saw in Mandalorian. Remember we saw, like, the Clone Wars, like, when he was getting saved by the Death Troopers. Like, just a small little cameo like that. Like, what was it, like 30 seconds?
Yeah, it was like something like that.
Like a minute.
That.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about, like a little cameo like that.
And I guess the next question is, yes, will we see the man, the myth, the legend, Maul in the Kenobi series? Do you guys think? Go ahead, Dan. I see you.
I think so. I mean, it's Kenobi. Kenobi and Maul are like so tied together. I feel they are. So. I think we have to. Didn't Ray Park tease being in the makeup recently? So in the last like 6 months or something.
Okay, so I don't know. I think Kevin, you might know a little bit more. I had posted that a while ago, where Ray Park did post something. It looked like it said the Kenobi series, but then at the same time, I thought about it. I'm like, it did say Kenobi on it, but then I know people were saying it was probably from Solo, but I'm not sure because he posted it around the time they did release the information on Kenobi. So It's like 50-50 right now. I'm not sure.
I hope we do. I hope we do.
It's a hard one. It really is a hard one to kind of figure that one out.
Didn't
you know?
they
I
say
would
that
say
he?
I just hope I'd see him like
Didn't they tease saying that he was going to have a battle, or we were going to see a half droid or something like that? Didn't they tease something like that when it dropped? Who he was going to see, and they said he was like it was a half like droid man, like man. That's what they said. I'm pretty sure they teased that.
Maybe I'm not really too sure.
I thought that's why the whole Maul thing, like people were like, oh, it's going to be Maul that he's supposed to fight against.
I know. Well, I know definitely for a fact Kenobi is definitely, we know this. He's fighting Inquisitors, which is gonna be. I mean, he's fighting one of them. He's gonna see one of them. I just wonder how that's gonna play out in the show, because if they find out where he is, and maybe this goes back to, I think Dupree said it, like he's gonna leave Tatooine, but like do they see him? How does that really play out with the Inquisitors? Like, what do you guys think? And Dupree, maybe you can, like, I don't know, what do you think about that?
Well, obviously he's gonna fight Inquisitors. He could. Yeah. There's so many of them. He could kill one or two, but obviously the fifth brother has to stay for obvious reasons. We won't spoil it.
Right.
And Maul is honestly, he could be in the show for a snippet, but I don't think he and Kenobi could meet because, spoilers.
Yeah.
Right.
Obvious reasons.
Save it for.
Yeah, okay. You're right. Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, you're
like,
right.
That's like he does not run up until they don't meet until that one time. So it's like
that is true.
He's still hunting for him, and we still have to find out why Maul gets like stranded on Malachor.
But do you think that maybe we see that in this? Do we see not that, but do we see like just Maul in general, like somewhere out there in the like maybe just see
his
him
presence?
Yeah, just like his presence, like maybe he doesn't come in contact. Maybe he hears about Kenobi. Maybe he learns something. Could it be that?
I don't think so, because like I said, like
it's General Grievous.
you got Maul, and then you got Vader for Kenobi. That's like already too much.
That's who he's facing. We're not going to see Maul. We're going to see Grievous come back. That's what it's going to be.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so yeah, let's talk about this. I mean, we usually do talk about it, but I want to get the new people on. What are your guys' takes on the whole Vader and Kenobi rematch? That's always one of the questions that are asked here. I want to get your guys' thoughts. Dan, Gabe, Rebecca, go for it.
I think it's a little awkward, honestly. I mean, I'd love to see it, but my big question is how? How do they make that make sense? Because we've already gotten that. Oh, okay, cool, good. I want to hear it. Because I mean, it just seems weird. We've got that 20-minute long battle on Mustafar. If you do anything new, it has to be bigger and better than that. Otherwise, it's going to come off weak.
Yeah.
No.
But then why have we not? Why are they saving it for the? I don't know. I just don't know how they kind of shoehorn that in. But I'd be glad to see it.
Rebecca, what do you think?
I don't know if they will have like a giant rematch. I don't know. I agree that it's kind of like, well, that would be kind of like lame or lackluster after Mustafar, especially because we've sat with that for so long. It's just so iconic. But are we referencing like the line that in A New Hope? Is that like what the fear is? Is that, or not the fear, but the thing? I mean, Kenobi is like king from a certain point of view, so they can get away with whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, that is true too.
Like they'll just make it work. Like, oh, that one time, that one time, that other time, the one time. They'll just make it work.
Yeah.
I hope they don't. I hope that they don't actually meet, because I feel like that changes. That's like when it frustrates me when, I mean, like maybe I'm like a purist, but I don't really like when people are like, what order should I watch Star Wars in? You're only supposed to watch it in one order. Sorry if anyone disagrees with me, and you're more than welcome to disagree with me, and we can chat about that. But in my brain, it's like,
you might get you might get some DMs on that one. Yes.
And that's totally fine. Like, sway me, you can sway me, but I mean, you're supposed to watch it in the order that it was originally released, because that is how the entire rest of our universe knows these characters. So to like rewrite Kenobi and Vader's like backstory or history within this 6 episode story arc would just kind of be like, we don't need that. I want to see how Kenobi was affected by their relationship via those flashbacks and maybe seeing things from afar, seeing things from a distance, kind of a thing. But I don't want them to interact in my opinion.
And I agree with you, Rebecca. Like I don't think so. Obviously, the way Star Wars has been going, and especially with Filoni, right? They're really key on these obscure one-liner, like sentences from the original trilogy, right? Rogue One is that. I mean, Clone Wars is that. You know what I mean? So I don't think that they would take this iconic, line, is saying, oh, like we meet again. Now I am the master, that whole line, and kind of change it, to fit this Kenobi series. So I don't think there's going to be a big battle. I really don't. I'd be surprised if there is. Now there might be a lot of flashbacks, and I think that's probably where it's going to go. But I don't think there's going to be an epic duel between them. I think it's too much. I think to mess with the fandom.
Yeah, I go with what I say every week about how if it does happen, the only way they can make it work is reflecting back on the Clone Wars episode with the Mortis episode where it's like a dream. It's basically like a dream, because you remember, not even the Mortis, just in the Yoda episode where he becomes full into his Jedi ways, where he goes and does his last Jedi trial, and he comes across what is it? Palpatine manipulates him, and they see Sifo Dyas, and then starting the Clone Wars, and he starts regretting that, and he has to fight and battle against Palpatine, and it was all basically like a dream situation, like a fate dream, and just like the Sith, the dark side manipulating him. I believe that's what we're going to see with Kenobi going through that trial. We see going through his last Jedi trials, and then him facing Darth Vader, but in reality it's going to be the dark side manipulating him.
Well, that's good thing you mentioned that, Mariah. So I don't know, have we read the Vader comic series that has is it the new one, Dupree, or the one from it's last year's, 2020, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, it's 2020. Talking about the one where he builds his castle.
Right. No, not that one. Not that one. No, not that one. The one that they talk about where, if I'm not mistaken, it's Vader who kind of basically. There's that epic fight in that comic, remember? And it's it ends up being Vader that has that vision, that vision of him doing that in his chamber, remember? And it ends up basically being that it wasn't really true, but it was a fight. It was a huge fight, but in a vision that Vader ends up winning.
Well, there's two different ones. There's the one where his suit turns off, and then in his mind he goes through the whole battle, and then he chucks Kenobi into the lava. And then there's also the other one where it's like his weird spirit with his arms and legs missing, and then he kills Kenobi and Palpatine at the end. So there's a couple different ways. Yeah, different versions, but I'm kind of vouching for that's probably how it's going to happen too.
That's what I'm hoping too.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of the Revenge of the Sith video game where you can actually have Anakin win.
Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning that. That was such a great game.
And then at the end, doesn't he say, "This is my empire now," or something like that?
Yeah, that is so. I honestly, I wish that was such a great game. I mean, those games back then were so legendary. I mean, if only we had them, it would just make things so much better. But different times, But no, yeah, I mean, I hope for that show it ends up being something like that. I hope that we do get, we talked about it before. Padme. Would you guys want to see Padme? Dan, Gabe, would you want to see Padme? I was thinking about it. We talked about it last week on a video that I did as well, and I'm just it would be so awesome to see Natalie Portman come back, but in obviously a vision or where we see Vader. I'm hoping we get to see Vader go back to Naboo, and see Padme's tomb or something like that. Go ahead, Dupree. I know you want to say something or no?
Dupree,
you don't want it? Come on.
It's already canon. He doesn't go back until before Return of the Jedi, and they might change it or whatever, but he doesn't go back.
It would make sense. Just do it.
Yeah,
I think it's a dream sequence.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it in a flashback.
More to be explored about Padme and Kenobi's relationship, because Clone Wars season 7, the last 4 episodes are like high up there with my favorite Star Wars things ever. And I love when Kenobi's like, tell Padme I said hi, or whatever he says. Like there's more to it. There's like, he knows more, he's involved in more. And like, again, just like, I want this series, because we have to transition from Kenobi being Obi-Wan Kenobi to becoming a hermit on Tatooine. So what happens? What is he constantly reflecting on? How did his past that we know about affect him in this 6 episodes to get him to what we know?
So Rebecca, you mentioned he becomes like this hermit, right? Like this old man, like that. See, in the book it says that he is that, and in the comics. But now they're saying that he's going to be very, very more active. And I honestly was hoping that he wasn't as active, because I wouldn't want to see him just leave. I think him leaving Tatooine ruins everything for me.
Well, it's not necessarily like, if he lives on, I know like planets are big and whatever, but he can live on Tatooine and be, maybe Owen and Brew just do a really good job of shielding Luke from it. But like, how does Luke not know? Like, maybe he does go off on these grand adventures, great, and that's what I think this will be about. And it's not just going to be him sitting there sulking for 6 episodes. He will be doing things, he will be exploring things, but like, he is keeping a low profile, because otherwise Luke would have figured it out. I mean, Luke is kind of dumb, but like,
Gabe, you were going to say something because it's kind of hard to hear everyone, but what were you going to say?
No, I actually would love to see her even like that, like in a dream sequence or something, just to kind of get the trio back together. I think that's fan service to the max. Like, I think, and look, Dave Filoni, he's giving it to us, right? He knows kind of what the fans are looking for, even if it's just a quick little snippet. I mean, I would love to see her. Padme's actually, or Amidala, whatever, she's actually one of my favorite characters from the prequels. She just Natalie Portman just did such an amazing job, with that role. Yes. And it would make sense for her to just show up, and especially she's already in the Disney kind of universe with Thor and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it might make sense. It might be an easy little.
Just pick up that phone, make that phone call. Come on.
I say this every time. I want it to make me cry.
I mean, I think we will get that one iconic scene. I think we definitely will, where maybe Anakin is like kind of like, regretful, and maybe he has visions, like you said, Mariah. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that artwork. I forgot who did it. Somebody did such a good job where you see like where like Ahsoka, they see like an image of Anakin playing with like Luke and Leia when they were younger. Like, that's what I think of, like that image. It's like a hologram, but it's like so beautiful. And I'm like, it would be nice to see that. And talking about kind of like that, what if, and this could be like the last thing that we talk about before we do hop off. Guys, what did you guys think of the what if theory? That's, well, not theory, they're talking about it. Possibly get, I see Dupree. What do you think about the whole what if doing collaboration with Star Wars? And I'm gonna throw it to you, Dupree, because I see you already. So
I was just rubbing my face. I wasn't even.
All right, so I'll throw. You want it? You want it? Do you want it?
Sure. Well, I originally said like I mean, I don't know about a crossover kind of thing, but I would want to see a Star Wars what if, because we have. Yes. Star Wars Infinities, where they do that. What if Luke didn't destroy the Death Star? What if, Leia was the one trained by Luke? What if, Vader lived at the end of Return of the Jedi? Like, I would want to see like a series that has to do something like that. But I don't think we'll probably see something like that for a good little while.
And I'll say this: they're talking about, because I mean, one of the things that was talked about in that video, in that interview, was that. And these were the writers, the head honchos for the what if for the what if series. They said that they're actually trying to pitch. They're trying to get either in a season, because it's on for 2 seasons. It's confirmed. They're trying to do a 3rd and 4th season. And I'll throw it to you, Dan. What do you think? Because they talked about possibly having like a Luke
crossover,
Skywalker, Luke,
full on Marvel and Star
so you
Wars
saw
crossover.
It. So you saw it.
I'm familiar. Yeah, I was talking about it last night with someone.
Oh, cool.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous, but I'm here for it. I would still love to see it.
Dude, honestly, I'm sorry to interrupt. Honestly, you had me going. I was like, he's so excited for it. And then you're like, nah, I'm actually.
It is ridiculous. It's just the most out there idea ever, but I love it. I definitely would eat all of it up. I mean, there's so many cool characters. You get Iron Man and Han Solo in an episode. Just weird team ups or battles that could be really interesting.
Iron Man versus Vader, that would be freaking dope.
Obviously, it's not canon, but
that's the whole thing about What If.
Yes. Yeah. So the thing is that I will say this: it is what if. Listen to me. It is canon to the Marvel universe, but it's not canon to the Star Wars.
Right.
So if they want to take that and say, "Hey, let's get Luke, let's get Vader, man, let's bring in Anakin, let's bring in any of these characters," it doesn't even mess up the storyline. And I'll throw it to you, Gabe. Yes, go ahead.
And I was going to say, you got to remember, Marvel put out Star Wars comic books, right? There's Star Wars comic books. They're the iconic, the iconic ones. So, it's a possibility. I wouldn't be into. I don't really. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I collect a bunch of Marvel stuff too, but it just now you're playing. You're kind of like you're almost. Pulling. Yeah, you're.
It kind of makes it seem like you're running out of
almost
ideas.
like cheapening the story, like the brand. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I'm saying. Like you're kind of degrading the. Not that anything against either side. It just. I think Marvel fans are Marvel fans and Star Wars fans are Marvel fans. And yes, they usually do crossover, but the storylines, you got to keep those separate.
I see Rebecca saying no.
I think it all depends on how What If lands. Yes, if What If comes out next week, right? I think next Friday is when, or is it? Yeah, very soon. But if What If comes out and we all start watching it, and we already know it's not really canon technically because it's all these weird multiverse things.
Right.
If it comes out and lands that way where everyone just accepts oh no, that was just fun and inconsequential. We all know it doesn't really have anything to do with Loki or the multiverse or it has no actual consequence. It's just fun and different. If it lands in that kind of an arena, then I think they could pull it off with Star Wars and Marvel crossovers. If it's more of a serious thing, then I'm with you, Gabe. That definitely cheapens it. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they could pull it off that well if it's that serious. It just depends on how loose it lands and how the audience receives it.
I see Rebecca. She has been eating all of everybody's responses alive. Go for it.
My tongue is now bleeding from fighting it so hard.
Oh my God.
Listen, here's the problem. I am a huge Marvel fan. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I recognize that the company that I love, the Walt Disney Company, is a money-hungry company.
You mean the Microsoft House?
I do not need a Star Wars What If series, and I definitely do not need a crossover Star Wars Marvel What If series. I am very excited for the Marvel What If series because that makes sense. That's how comic books work. There are Secret Invasion, where all of the Avengers are actually Skrulls and nobody knows who's who, and all the Avengers end up dying, and then the young Avengers come in and Iron Man's dead, etc., etc. That all actually happens in comic book series that are all technically canon for the Marvel world in their own each individual comic series, just not in the MCU. That's not how Star Wars works. We get comics, yes, but those are secondary to the Star Wars
stories.
The Star Wars stories. So it literally doesn't make sense. And then on top of that, Marvel fans are way cooler about things being just for fun. Star Wars is toxic.
That is true.
It can be very toxic, and people will not.
Oh, I know.
So, oversaturation is just a whole nother component where, we have enough going on. Let them focus on making all of this new stuff that can actually expand the universe really good and all really hit it right, nail on the head. Then using their resources to create things that we're all just going to be why? If you want crazy, wild Star Wars things, take time to watch the Lego Star Wars shows. Those are hilarious.
Good point.
You're right.
Movie in the show. Your fun energy.
Yeah. Basically, don't copy Marvel just because you see it happening with Marvel, like Marvel successful, right? Like that. It does not work for Star Wars, basically. Quit. Like, we go to Marvel for Marvel, we go to Star Wars for Star Wars, basically.
I will ask this question, though, because this is just obviously, this is the one that's been lingering for such a long time. And I'll throw it to you, Dan. What do you think? And then anybody could comment after. The World Between Worlds, does that play? Because again, that's one that's been recycled for a long time now. Does that create that, like, that possibility of doing something? And go ahead.
No, I don't think it does. But I do want more World Between Worlds. Since that happened, I've been wanting more and more of that.
Yes,
maybe we'll see something in Kenobi or the Ahsoka show, given the artwork of the Ahsoka logo.
Yes.
Looks very similar to that. I definitely want more of World Between Worlds, but I don't think that's the gateway to what.
Hey, go on. Gabe, you might want to get off.
Wow, spoiler! It's, you know what? It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We told him we wouldn't spoil.
No, you're good. You're good.
No,
it's fine.
so
it's fine.
I go ahead.
I already kind of know most of the big spoilers. So go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
But I mean, that was kind of the end of my thought, though. I think we should get more of it, and I think it's coming. But that's not the jumping point to a crossover or a what if.
Okay, all right. See, I think that one of the things I agree with you, Rebecca. I think that definitely, you know, like we need to stick with our own things, like not try to come in. I just think that, to be honest with you, I think the reason why they're trying to kind of have that crossover to see how it even plays out, and if it ends up getting, you know, good service, you know, in a sense of like good, like what's the word I'm trying to look for? Anybody help me?
Like a good reception from everybody.
Yes, just to see how it plays out, and if it ends up being successful, maybe they might say, hey, why don't we do a Star Wars what if? Now, I know, again, not everybody might not want that, and I respect that, but it might be one of those things to say, hey, kind of like what Mariah was saying, like, you know, again, the Revenge of the Sith game that I'm sure most of us have played, you know, why not? Wouldn't it be cool to see Anakin, you know, not turn into Vader in the sense of, you know, him burning, and what if Kenobi that, like, what if we got to see that? Like, that would be something different, and it would be cool to see. Again, for me, I wouldn't mind a what if, but go for it. You know, to anybody.
Here's the next thought. So things are released in certain mediums for a certain purpose. Like, what if can be a comic series, but it should not take up a TV show slot. It should not take up a movie slot. It would read far more comic booky.
Let's do it in a Lego. Let's do it in a Lego.
Yeah, or a Lego. Then people can seek it out. I mean, we're getting that Star Wars spooky stories.
Oh, I can't wait that. Yeah. Yes, that's going to be really good.
Like, and it's Lego. It works. It works for Lego, and it would work for a comic book series, but not to take up precious Disney Plus slots. I
hey, listen,
cool, but like,
listen, I'll be honest with you. I'll be 100% honest, and I know this is gonna go against Kevin, Gabe, and Mariah. I don't know. Raise a hand of Bad Batch fans. Just raise your hands. Okay.
I mean, I like it, but
I like all Star Wars.
Dupree, no, you don't. We're in the same boat. I would. I'll be honest. Again, my personal opinion, I haven't really enjoyed the Bad Batch. I would want to see something a what if, because honestly, like, I just felt like, for me, it's been a filler kind of a season. And again, maybe season 2 will do a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what all I can hope for myself, to each their own. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting something like that. And hopefully, I don't know, just it would be cool. It'd be different. Maybe in a video game, or maybe even in a video. I don't know. Like, I'm cool with anything, to be honest. You know, at this point with that. And fair to say, I mean, raise your hands of who would want to see a what if for Star Wars?
A movie or a show? Or
a show, just a series, a short series.
Okay,
I'll be honest with you. Okay,
whatever it is.
Okay, I mean, think about it. We're getting Visions. I mean, it's going to talk about certain things that are canon. It is, and if you're not, and everybody's been kind of riding that wagon of Visions. The only difference, I guess, they're riding is because it is anime. But I mean, it would be the same thing if it wasn't anime. People still would want to see it. I mean, it's just the fact that, hey, we're gonna see things that are, you know, touching the Skywalker saga. You know, everybody wants that. We want more of it. You know, any Star Wars is good Star Wars, right? Yeah. You know, so I mean, I'm excited. I mean, when you guys saw the trailer and everything, I mean, I mean, I'm pretty sure we were all excited. I mean, Rebecca, did you enjoy the Visions one? Like the trailer for it?
I enjoyed the concept and the
Mhm.
trailer for the Marvel What If more than I enjoyed Star Wars Visions.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a wow. I mean, that's awesome. I respect.
I just think isn't like in that.
You really don't want that what if. You just don't want it.
There's like a Yondu, like T'Challa team up in What If. I think I can't remember if that was exactly what it was, but like, come on, like that's cool. That makes sense. Star Wars is just more like.
How I look at Visions is I know it's not canon, but I like to think of it as stories that they're telling in their universe.
Right. Well, and
Like-
actually, some of it will be canon. They did say there's an episode that will be canon that they will touch on. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's post Skywalker. Go ahead, Dan. I know you probably.
Oh, I don't know actually.
Oh, you don't know.
I'm not sure exactly which one that is.
Okay.
But it does look like it's just a different interpretation of events.
All it is more
that have already
samurai.
happened.
It's kind of like samurai oriented. If you get those
Yeah,
samurai
going to those
vibes.
old Kurosawa films and stuff like that. and
Yes.
Putting that lens over Star Wars and
Yeah.
retelling those stories.
But it's not like rocking storylines. It's not
No.
No. Just
No.
think of it like a different interpretation of it.
Yeah,
Right.
That's why Visions I think works because it's like
Legends.
that's like what Rogue One was, like a story that we didn't originally have, that we didn't necessarily know we needed, but we got it and we loved it, and it's my favorite Star Wars film. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it works, but it's not like wild and kooky where like Aunt Beru's a Jedi. Although I love that. That's kind of contradictory, but like right there, I do love Aunt Beru very, very much. So.
Imagine Aunt Beru wielding a lightsaber and doing backflips and the spin like Darth Sidious. Oh my gosh! Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Going, yeah!
I'll write them. I'll write the What If show.
You'll write them. Okay, we'll give you that series. We'll do that and we'll keep it there. But I guess guys, this has been such a fun stream. This was definitely an awesome episode. I'm so grateful to have you guys on. I hope to have you guys on again. Thank you guys. Before we do sign off, again, let everybody know where to find you, what you have going on, and what you have coming up. And I'll start with Dupree. Go for it, bro.
Oh, God, put me on the spot. Thanks.
I'm always going. Okay, you know what? No. I'll change it up. We'll start with ladies first. We'll go with Rebecca. Go for it.
There we go.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at RevHoff29, and it's a lot of videos of my cats, and that's all.
Oh, and your business. Let people know about your business. Yes.
Yeah,
please.
and I did on June 1st. I just opened my own bridal boutique. So if you know anyone looking for a wedding dress in we'll say the tri-state area, Ohio area, send them my way. And
I'm near your area.
Yes, Mariah's in my area. And then, hopefully I have some new cosplays coming down the line too. And I have a Disney trip coming up, so lots of Galaxy's Edge.
Let's go. Yes. And next, Dano, what you got, bro?
Sorry, I'm just changing my name here. You guys can find me on the Dano channel on YouTube. You can look me up there. Mostly going to be more Galaxy's Edge and Cruise news stuff that I'll be reporting on. But Instagram, Dano Flores, and on Twitter, the Dano channel. You can find me there. But more often, I'm active on Instagram and YouTube.
Definitely. And Mariah, you are next.
Yes, my name is Mariah Carley with 2 Y's at the end. I'm that on TikTok, Instagram. I'm not really on Twitter, but I have it. But I have amazing cosplays coming up pretty soon. And me and Rebecca have a giveaway coming up really soon.
Ooh.
So make sure you guys follow us on there. And I'm also on podcasts on YouTube at Forces of Fandom, where we talk all things Marvel, Star Wars, all fandoms, even Lord of the Rings. Be there. I'm there for it. Yes, Lord of the Rings up there. Doctor Who.
Collab too.
Yes, we have several. Me and Rebecca collab all the time with her universe. So, guys, make sure you guys follow us. We have a giveaway coming soon. So
There you go.
There it is.
This is a Her Universe shirt.
Oh, I love it. I love it, dude. That's an awesome shirt. And yeah, perfect timing. Yeah, the man of the hour. There you go, bro.
So I'm on all social media as Star Wars Replicas. I think TikTok is probably where I'm most active these days now. But Instagram and YouTube. I also launched a new channel on YouTube called Collection Wars, where we do a live stream every Saturday at 7 p.m. We've had crazy, cool guests. It's more of deep Star Wars stuff, we had the photographer who took all of the vintage Kenner pictures Like, you know, the ones on the packages, we had the photographer who photographed all those. We had
Wow.
Don Post, like the Don Post, like the one that created the latex masks, like super crazy. We got Tom Spina on the show. Yeah, no, it's been really fun. So
Dude,
Collection Wars.
They
Yeah.
need to get you on the Disney Plus series, bro, to do that stuff, bro. That's
Yes.
what they need to get you on.
Yeah, we just had a guy. His name's Jason Eaton. He's like this renowned model maker, and they actually did one of those stories on him. You know, the Star Wars stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jason. They went to his house. They show all his models. We just had him on the show this last Saturday. But yeah, that's pretty much social media, Star Wars replicas, and then follow me on Collection Wars as well on YouTube.
Gotta get that one up. We gotta get that one up. So follow
I know. Collection Wars.
Get this man to 1,000. We gotta get him to 1,000 there on the Collection Wars.
On Collection Wars, you know.
There you go. It's the best. It's the best.
I appreciate it, man.
No, anytime, bro. Kevin, you are up, my guy.
So I can be found on Instagram and YouTube with the same name here, the Fandalorian. Check me out. I do on YouTube. I've been doing like unboxing videos of my deliveries because I've been going crazy with these pops.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, I try to
His
post.
bed is made out of
daily.
Funkos too.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. But and also just daily posts on Instagram. Showing parts of the collection and just actually, I also just like looking through other people's collections too. So that's what I do most of my free time.
Well, thank
Thanks
you
again for having me, Rob.
Of course, brother. You know that. You family here, dude. Next but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, Darth Vader, Dupree. Go for it, bro.
What's up, everybody? It's Dupree, Darth Vader. You can find me on Darth Vader 23 on YouTube, Instagram, a little bit on TikTok, and yeah, I should say like Twitter also. But daily videos on YouTube.
Yes, and Instagram. We're trying to get this man to 10,000 so he can get that swipe up feature. Get this man to 10,000, please.
So close.
Gotta get the swipe up.
Yeah, please do it to Dan. Do it to Mariah. Everybody here, just do it. Come on.
Everybody has to swipe up.
What's going on? What's going on, Boba Fett? Thank you, dude, so much for hopping on again. Guys, I'm Darth Eternal. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I have a video coming out tomorrow. As you guys know, I always pump out videos basically every day. Tomorrow I'll be doing possibly a Star Wars short on Legends, or I might have some news. So check it out. Stay tuned. Hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and give it a like as you're watching this video and future videos. Thank you for my awesome panel, the Sith Knights. Thank you so much for hopping on, guys. Many blessings to all of you guys. Cannot wait to have you guys on again. And again, thank you so much, guys. Later to everybody in the comment section. Later, guys. Stay safe.